Welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another very exciting episode of Avengers Project 101. Now, I am fully aware that this video is uploading a little bit later than I wanted it to, but I was actually physically attending Comic-Con at the time, which is why I didn't do a video once the footage did release on the day of the Marvel Games panel. Plus, if you managed to follow me on Twitter, you would have seen that I actually live tweeted everything that did happen during the panel itself, because I was actually lucky enough to see it all go down in person. And that doesn't just relate to witnessing the same gameplay which was already revealed during E3 2019, but it also relates to some brand new snippets of footage relating to the game's upgrade system, alternate costumes, as well as a whole other new character. However, if you're someone who hasn't managed to see the gameplay demo yet, I did do a video previously breaking down everything that was shown off for it a while ago, which I will leave in the description below. And to mention the elephant in the room before we go on any further, yes, the gameplay demo from San Diego Comic-Con has in fact been leaked several times online, but I will not be showcasing that footage in any of my videos. Now, even though I do fully agree with the people who do state that the Avengers Project's marketing is questionable at best, I still want to fully respect the wishes of all the developers who have took their time to show off this footage only for the Hall H crowd. Plus, the reason why the gameplay hasn't been revealed to the public as of yet is because the developers want to polish it as much as they can before a public release. So even though you are currently able to watch the leaked gameplay demo online, you actually will be able to see the official public gameplay demo be revealed 1 week after Gamescom. And for those of you unaware, Gamescom does actually end on August 24th. So to specify the date even further, that means that the official gameplay demo will be revealed to the entire public either on August 31st or the next day of September 1st. And while that may seem like a long time to wait for something we've already technically seen, I really do hope that the official product that they do release to the public will be fully polished by the time it is out. But regardless, I was beyond honored to actually be able to witness the Avengers Project game panel during the San Diego Comic-Con presentation, which did reveal a lot of new info about the game overall. And let me tell you, being able to see the footage in person instead of reading about it through tweets is a whole separate experience entirely. And what I mean by this is that the specific San Diego Comic-Con footage that was revealed during Hall H is actually the same exact demo that was showcased at E3 2019. Although, this time around, even though it only has been 1 month since E3, the graphics do seem like they have been improved in a major manner. Primarily, the entire visual designs of the whole Avengers team did look graphically better compared to that of the E3 showcase. Out of the main group of heroes, I personally think that Thor, Black Widow, and Captain America looked the best visually improved compared to that of what we saw during E3 2019. But the most important thing to take away from this is that all the footage that we have seen of the game so far, including this behind closed doors San Diego Comic-Con footage, is only in the pre-alpha stages of development. And if that's the case, especially given what I saw during the Comic-Con panel, I definitely think the graphics will be nothing to worry about by the time the game fully ships on May 15th, 2020. But moving on from the game's graphics themselves is actually a bit more information relating to the overall narrative that the Avengers Project will be telling. And mainly in the case of the A-Day trailer and demo footage that we did see, Sean Eskai, who is the creative director of this game, did confirm that the entirety of this level is actually the prologue of the game's story. Essentially, the A-Day event of the game's story is going to be everyone's first introduction to the Avengers themselves, as well as get a grip on the main control scheme that the game will entail. And alongside of this, Sean essentially confirmed that after the events of A-Day, you will then be able to access a hub area within the helicarrier, which you can access to explore several regions of the game's world. This could either range from jumping into the very next story mission relating to the game's main plot, or going off and doing some co-op missions with all your friends. And knowing that the helicarrier will act as some sort of mini hub world that you can explore and interact in, similar to that of the Normandy from the Mass Effect games, I really do wonder what else you can do while you are in it. Like Sean said, you can actually use the helicarrier to choose which region you do want to fully dive into, or hopefully what I'm wondering is if you can use the helicarrier to interact with other people along the main story. So whether or not that means interacting with the other Avengers on your current team, or the other SHIELD agents like that of Maria Hill or Nick Fury, I really do hope there is a lot of interactivity within this miniature hub world overall. Now, moving back to the gameplay footage itself is actually an entire new scene which wasn't originally included within the overall showcase of the E3 2019 demo. And with the current hero roster that we know of so far, with that of Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, and Black Widow, this newest clip actually reveals 2 characters that will most likely be featured within the Avengers Project. Not only that, but the newest character that was shown is actually the same character that was originally narrating the previous trailers that we have seen of the game. And knowing that the Terrigen Reactor does have a very interesting involvement within this game's story and the overall origin of this character in general, I'm really curious to see where they're going to take her in this game's story. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, I'm mainly referring to the overhyped superhero fangirl of that of Kamala Khan, also known as Miss Marvel. And as for the other hero I'm referring to, it's actually included as a small Easter egg on a t-shirt that Kamala is wearing during the events of A-Day. And knowing the type of fan that Kamala is herself, this t-shirt is obviously displaying the superhero logo of Carol Danvers, also known as Captain Marvel. Now, even though I personally think it would have been cooler to reveal another character that people may have not expected, like that of Hawkeye or Black Panther, I still think the official confirmation of Miss Marvel is a very cool thing to say the least. And even though it's not officially confirmed so far that Captain Marvel will be in the game, I definitely think given her overall power set as well as the gameplay mechanics that we are seeing so far, I definitely think she'll make a nice inclusion in this world overall. And speaking of the gameplay mechanics, this is where we start to get into the nitty-gritty details of the overall customization and upgrade systems that the Avengers project will fully entail. And based off what I saw, I still don't know for sure whether or not it's going to be something simple and straightforward like that of Spider-Man PS4 or something a bit more in-depth and complex like that of the gear system within Injustice 2. But what I do know for sure is that it does appear that there will be a lot of variety for the overall playstyles that you can access when you do fully play the game. So based off the Comic-Con footage that was displayed for the upgrade system, it did look like that there were 3 separate sets of upgrades that you could select for your specific Avenger. And given what I saw on screen, it did look like that you can fully upgrade your basic combat moves as well as your traversal abilities and even your special powers. So similar to how Spider-Man PS4 had 3 separate upgrade trees of Innovator, Defender, and Web Slinger, it did look like the Avengers project is going to have the same type of system. And whether or not that type of upgrade system is going to relate to each individual Avenger is still unknown, but the specific character they used in this case is the Invincible Iron Man. So in the case of Iron Man's upgrades, I do think some possible choices that you can do is either having the ability to deal more damage with your repulsor blast or fly even faster with your jet boots. And as for the main inclusion of these heroic abilities, it does appear that each Avenger is going to have a total of 3 special moves at their disposal. And with everything that was shown off for Iron Man during the A-Day demo, it did appear that his 3 heroic abilities included the homing missiles, laser blasts, and unibeam powers. And knowing that we'll inevitably be able to make these powers even stronger as we progress through the game is going to be a very exciting progression system to say the least. Now regarding the main aspect of customization, it did appear given the footage that was displayed during Comic-Con is that there will be separate pieces of gear that you can equip to increase specific stats of your main character. Now even though it didn't really showcase whether or not these gear pieces will change the overall look of your character, it did showcase that the overall stats will increase when you do equip a different piece of armor. And for Iron Man's case, this did revolve around either increasing your strength, defense, or speed. So again, this does sound a bit similar to the overall gear system within Injustice 2 or the suit mods within Spider-Man PS4, but I do hope Crystal can put their own unique spin on it once the game does fully ship. But out of all the new footage that was shown off during the Comic-Con panel, the thing that excited me the most is the behind-the-scenes concept art of some of the alternate suits that you can wear within the game. Now, unlike Spider-Man PS4, I don't know for sure whether or not these suits will have their own unique suit power tailored to them, but they definitely will have a very cool appearance to your own specific Avenger nonetheless. And just like Spider-Man PS4 itself, the developers did say that there will be a plethora of classic, fan favorite, and actually original designs that will be featured in the overall costume roster of this game. And while they did showcase quite a few suits to the Hall H crowd, I only want to point out the most interesting ones that I think get me the most hype once I saw them be revealed. And to start off with Tony Stark himself, this is one of the most classic outfits that we see within the comics of his black and gold Mark 42 armor, also known as the original Sin outfit. Now as for the next character that was shown off during this footage is actually Black Widow, but the costumes that they did showcase of her was a bit hard to differentiate from her standard outfit that she's already wearing. But if I did had to take a guess as to which specific outfit they were showing for Black Widow during this footage, I would have to say her classic outfit that we know and love from the comics. But with a much more bulky character in mind is next up relating to Thor, which actually had some really cool different array of outfits that definitely look a lot better than his standard outfit that we do see already within the main game. The first outfit I couldn't really identify since he did have a bit more golden armored plating on his overall outfit, but the next one actually related to the one and only Viking Thor. And I know for a fact that once that outfit is actually available to unlock and wear, that's the one I'm probably going to be wearing most of the time. But the main outfit that excited the whole crowd the most, especially the main voice actor himself of Troy Baker, is the one and only Mr. Fix-It outfit that we we see worn on the Incredible Grey Hulk. However, the footage that they did show actually revealed Hulk to be green while wearing this outfit, so I don't know if he is actually going to be gray while wearing the Mr. Fix-It suit, but I do hope they actually change that by the time the game fully ships. But out of all these costumes, the one that I found the most interesting is actually with Captain America, which showcased some really interesting scaled armor outfits, as well as a brand new white, red, and blue outfit that I've never seen before. And knowing that Crystal Dynamics will be including their own original costumes within this game's alternate suit roster, I'm really excited to see what other designs they have in store for the main heroes. And to finalize the Marvel Games panel for the Avengers project, they did showcase the Captain America statue, which we do see in the A-Day trailer as a collector's edition statue that you can get for the game. But the thing that I find the weirdest is that even though they did showcase the Captain America collector's edition statue, they didn't really fully unveil any details about what the edition will include. And even weirder, the most amount of info that we do actually have about the collector's edition was only available at the Gentle Giant booth at San Diego Comic-Con itself. Luckily, I was able to pay a visit to Gentle Giant's booth in person, and they did have a very interesting description as to what the statue includes, as well as what we can expect in the near future. And as this display states, created in partnership with Marvel, Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, and Gentle Giant Studios, Marvel's Avengers Earth's Mightiest Edition will feature a full-color 12-inch statue of Captain America. Carefully designed by the artisans at Gentle Giant Studios, this deluxe, high-quality PVC statue encapsulates every texture and detail on Captain America's uniform. This iconic statue is sure to be a showpiece in your collection. Full reveal of Marvel's Avengers Earth's Mightiest Edition is in fall 2019. And of course, as we already know, Marvel's Avengers will be available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC on May 15th, 2020. And in case you aren't able to read what the front of the statue states, it does in fact say this nation was founded on one principle above all else: the requirement that we stand up for what we believe, no matter the odds or the consequences. Steve Rogers, Captain America. So even though that's nothing too huge, we at least know that we will officially get more info about the game's collector's edition before 2020 actually arrives. Now for me personally, even though I have already pre-ordered the game to get the early beta access, I'm going to wait a bit longer to see what the collector's edition fully has in store before I secure my purchase of that product. Still, for those of you who are beyond hype for this game, I definitely think that you guys are going to want to pre-order this as soon as you can. So in the end, everyone, we only got a little bit more information than what we already had during E3 2019 at San Diego Comic-Con. And while it's good to get a bit more depth to the game overall, I do think they should have shown something different instead of what we saw a month ago. And with the fact that the same exact gameplay demo will be out for the entire public to see during the end of August or the beginning of September, even though it has already been leaked twice, I do really hope a lot of people get excited for this game once that does come out. Because as of right now, I am a bit hesitant to what this game actually is going to be, but I still am curious to see what is going to come next. And with that said, everyone, that's the video I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What are your current thoughts on the Avengers project, given everything that we know of it so far, and what do you want to see next from this game out of anything else? For me personally, I definitely want to see some more hero inclusions within the overall roster of Marvel's Avengers to see how big this Marvel universe is going to be within this game. And in case you're wondering, the thumbnail of this video is actually one of the autograph lithographs I was lucky enough to actually receive from the cast and crew of the Avengers project while I was attending San Diego Comic-Con. And while I may be a bit worried as to how the final product will turn out for this game, it's clear that there is a lot of heart, soul, and passion being put into it from everyone involved. So here's hoping that everything related to this game ends up working out for the best. And with all that said, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Stay merry, Marvelites, and peace out.
That's awesome.
I see his profile and he's dreamy.
Yep, that is America's ass.
Oh, I've been staring at it for 5 minutes. Somebody had to say it.